Hi everyone, welcome to Algebra. It's another day in Algebra, and it's a good day to start our modern classroom style learning this year. So today we're going to look at how every day or a typical day in our class will work. There will be days where we'll do whole group instruction or other things, and stay tuned for that. But on a typical day, what will happen when you come into the class? So hopefully, you'll be taking a deep breath. You're smiling. You're coming into math class. It's going to be a good day. Okay. You're going to grab your note catcher. Okay. And your note catcher, will probably have some folders and you'll have a notebook. Your note catcher will look like this. It'll be something that you will, and I'll show you the note catcher in a second on the next page enlarged. It'll be something where you'll take your notes on each video so that you have something to look back at when you go to take a mastery check or when you do practice problems. So you'll grab a note catcher, you'll get your assigned Chromebook, you'll get your calculator, your workbook, and your notebook. Okay, so your workbook looks like this. Okay, something like this. And you should have some kind of notebook that will be providing for you, and you'll have a pair of headphones and you'll be ready to work. Okay, you'll also complete a daily check-in, which I will show you on the screen in a second. Today, we're not going to do that. We'll start with that tomorrow, and we're going to begin working. Okay. So this is again what the note catcher looks like up close, right? That's just a piece of it. And this is what the self-reflection or the starter to the class will look like. It'll be a way for you to say how you're feeling, do a little check-in, tell us, tell, me where you are, remind yourself where you are, if you're on pace, you're ahead, you're behind, what's your goal, again, and then at the end of class, what you accomplished. Again, every day, is hopefully going to be a great day in math. Some days you may come in and it may not be the best day, so you'll push through as best you can. If you do fall a little bit behind, we're here to help you. This is a great model of learning. I am so excited to use it this year because I'm able to really work with all of you at a different level, and even one-on-one and small groups, as opposed to me just standing in front of the class and kind of being that like sage on the stage. I'm now going to be the guide on the side. Okay, so I'm very excited about pushing through this model with you. So again, because this is our first day of doing this, I'm going to direct us at the beginning of class to go into our learning management system, which is Google Classroom. Okay. And when you go into Google Classroom, okay, so here's our modern classroom. It's just going to say algebra, right? So when you go in, yours will look a little different. Our mainstream, by the way, is going to be made for announcements. Everything that you need is going to be here. So our classroom essentials, our note-taking sheets right here. Okay, so I'm going to actually push this to the bottom now. So in case you just need to access that at some other point, it's there. There's also some remediation material I'll put on the bottom here. This is if you need to look up something. It has a lot of great notes in it. Okay, so let's just start and see what we really need to look at. Okay, this calendar, if you want to take a look at it, is going to show us where what the year is looking like, where our soft deadlines are, meaning where you should be, where we want to be, and where our hard deadlines are, meaning by this date we need to be done with a unit, or there'll be an assessment or whatever the case is. Okay, so that's kind of an overall look at what the next couple of weeks will look like. I've only pushed out again the first month so as not to overwhelm. Okay, also in here will be our progress tracker. Now, our progress tracker is, I'm going to actually come back to this in a second, because this is what's going to actually keep us moving throughout the whole year. So this is kind of like the propeller on our ship, right? Okay, so that's going to be one of the most important things we have to look at every day. And that's going to be what you're going to open. Well, I'm going to open for you on the smart board when you come in every day. And then there's a little brain break area. So if you're ever working and you feel overwhelmed and you're like, you know what, I need to take 5 minutes and just do a quick mindfulness minute, mindfulness 5 minutes, go for it. That's a brain break area. Okay, so I'm going to go into our progress tracker shortly. That will be on our screen. Okay, and that progress tracker will let us know where we need to be and what we've done from day to day. Okay, so let's go back over here. All right. So when you're watching the videos, okay, I mean, how are you supposed to do this, right? This is all very new, which is okay. So before you watch, you have your headphones on, try to get distractions, have your desk organized, right? Have a place you take notes while you're watching. As you're watching, right? Most of the videos I have created, some of them I have not. They're ed puzzles, or I put in some other things. Pause the video, right, to take some notes. Rewind, replay if you don't understand something, if you miss something. And then after you watch, you may need to watch if it's necessary. You can ask questions. We'll go over that and review your notes before moving on to the practice. So speaking of that, right, where do you access this? So today's, again, our first day doing this. So I'm going to actually show you, or I have shown you where to find this. So we're in unit 0 right now. Okay. So unit 0, when you click unit 0, and again, this is it's going to be so easy at some point for you, hopefully by tomorrow, the next day, that you'd be like, oh, I got this. Okay. So when you open this up, right, it gives you, it tells you we're in unit 0. It gives you your must do. Okay. Your must do is this video. Okay. I just didn't link it yet. Okay. So the must do and the should do are mandatory. Okay, so the must do, you're watching this video, then you're gonna take notes. The should do, you'll take a look at that as well. It's an extra video which reinforces it. The aspire to do, as we mentioned the other day, is just an extension activity. In this case, I'm asking you to write down any questions you may have. So just read the aspire to do if you decide to do it. Again, that's is something that can help your grade in the class, okay, and help you understand the material even better. So you're going to be doing the must do and the should do, and then the practice problems. Okay, I have not linked in this video. You'll see the practice problems linked here when you go in. But it's usually going to be math questions from our workbook. And something that's going to help you solidify your understanding of the material. And then depending on the day, you'll either go to the next lesson or you'll take a mastery check. If you're ready to take a mastery check, that's going to indicate that you understand the material that's been presented and you're ready to see how well you know it. You need to score 75% or higher to go on to the next section after the mastery check. If you don't get that grade, we're going to have you revise, possibly watch the video, do some more practice, and then try the mastery check again. Okay, so a lot to do, but we can get this done. So again, so for today, you're watching this video and you're doing the should do, okay? And you're going to obviously do the practice problem that's going to be linked here, which is going to solidify everything in this video to remind yourself, okay, what am I doing when I come into algebra class? And then most likely tomorrow is when you'll start with point 2. Now, some people, they may fly through this first video and they may go on to the next video. This is going to be fixed, right? Because I have not fixed the second section yet. This is going to be fixed. If you're ready to go on to that next section, you can go on to that next section. Okay. And then when you hit the mastery check, you'll go to the mastery check area of the classroom. You'll take your mastery check. If you pass it, you go and you continue learning. In the next section. So you just keep track. I'm going to also give you a digital version of the, a hard copy of this. So you could check it off as you go along to see where you are. Okay. Now, if for some reason you don't check it off, or you say to yourself, you know what, Ms. Konzak, I really don't know where I am or where I'm supposed to be. That's what this, progress tracker is for. So this progress tracker will be at the on the smartboard, right? At the beginning of every period. Okay. And let's just let it load here. Okay. Everyone's gonna have a number. Okay, so again, I want to protect your privacy. I don't want everyone to know your business. You may not want that to happen. So if you're like person number 4, right? And this is video 0.1, there's a must do, right? Must do. Once you do that, I check off you did that. If you do the should do, I check off you do that. If you did the aspired to do, I check off you did that. If you didn't, that's okay. Right. So if you again, if you did all this and you go on to the next, I just check off everything you did. The aspired to do, if you don't do that, that's not held against you. Okay. So that is just going to be something that can increase your grade and better your grade. Okay. So, and if for some reason you need to revise, I'll put an R in for revision, and that will mean that you can't move on until you revise whatever you're working on. And again, this will make more sense as we move through the year. Okay. So this is how you should watch the videos. And then, right, at the end of the class, again, as we're, we'll call time about 10 minutes before the end of the class, start finishing up. Mark on your check-in sheet where you are, what tomorrow's plan is going to be. But again, just to make sure that we're on the same page, so it's successful for everyone, we want to pack up before the class is over. I don't want to leave before the bell, right? Pick up any garbage around your seat, push in your chair. Put your Chromebook away. You're going to plug it in, right? Your headphones are going to be away. Your workbook, your notebook. Okay, so again, this is going to start flowing as the year goes on. Put any material you owe me in the indicated bin. Most likely to be on my desk. It may be at the back of the room. And again, we'll tell you all this. But this is a great intro to start our year off. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.